What up, what up, what up, what up, everybody? What up, everybody? Happy Sunday, fun day. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is doing well. Again, hit that like button if you have not hit that like button, because sometimes we forget to kick off our shoes and relax our feet at the door. Okay, hit that like button as you come on up in here. Welcome to our Sunday morning show. Okay, I told you guys that we were going to be doing a part two to the Cora Jakes and Michelle Loud situation, right? However, we do have a guest with us today that is a cocktail hour with Catrice, and we're just gonna have a real candid and real conversation, right? But what I want to express to you all is the fact that these are our opinions, okay? And we ain't got to fall out about it, right? We ain't got to fall out about our opinions. We don't have to do that. So respectfully, you can give your opinion in the comments, but we will remain respectful to our guest, and we will also remain respectful to one another in the comment section as well. Okay. But we do need to get this story out. So we here to do it. Okay. So good morning to everybody. Now y'all know I got manners and I gotta speak to everybody real quick, and then we're gonna jump on into this, okay? And Simply Elegant One, can you grab Catrice's link to her channel so that people can go subscribe and like and comment and participate in the lives that she does, okay? Good morning to Simply Elegant One. Good morning to Leela. Nola Reeves is in the house, okay? Good morning, Shirley. Let's see. Good morning, Gabby. Good morning, Cherise. Good morning, LaAsia. I hope I said that right. Good morning, Cherise. Again, Demetria. Good morning to you as well. But good morning to everyone that is in the room. Okay. Give me just one quick second here. Let me make sure. Okay, I did. Um, okay, so we're gonna remove this thumbnail. And then again, make sure you hit that like button, okay, as you come on in the room. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and get subscribed, okay? But y'all already know when we have a guest, we always want to show them love. So y'all make sure when Catrice comes on that you guys show her love, and absolutely make sure that you go subscribe to her channel as well, okay? So again, in case if you are new here and you're not really sure what's going on, we are doing a part two, and I wanted to do this part two with a special guest. Okay, if you're not subscribed, get subscribed, hit that like button, bang that notification bell, and we're gonna go ahead and introduce and bring up Catrice from Cocktail Hour with Catrice. Okay, um, good morning, love. How are you?
Good morning, Chef Don. I'm wonderful. How are you this morning?
I am refreshed. Okay, this morning I slept decently. Okay, but yeah,
Amen.
I'm a little refreshed this morning. How are you feeling though?
I'm not refreshed. I went out last night to celebrate one of my girlfriends because God kept her last year. But I said I wanted to honor my commitment to be here with you. So I got up nice and early and I'm ready to discuss this thing.
I'm ready to like listen. This this has been something that I think have touched a lot of people, but we haven't really been able to get this story out like I think it needs to be out.
Hmm.
And you personally have had communications with Michelle. Um, you know more of what's going on than we do, okay? But I am going to put our alleged banner down at the bottom, okay? While we
Absolutely.
talk about this, okay? But one of the main things that I wanted to ask, the first thing I wanted to ask was about Jason's birthday party. I think
Okay.
that is one of the things that has really rubbed me the entire wrong way. And I think the part that rubs me the wrong way is people justifying that Cora did still allow Michelle to see Jason. I
Right.
think we're still missing the big picture in that. So can you kind of elaborate on how that took place and what went on with that? Because yeah, it's irritating me.
No, so I believe in full disclaimer, full disclosure. So Michelle goes live a lot on Facebook, and I am friends with her, but I don't catch every single live. But I did know that Jason's birthday was coming up, but I was unsure about the birthday party until the day after the situation happened, and one of my subscribers let me know what happened. So apparently or allegedly, basically Michelle was reaching out to Cora saying, "Hey, I want to do something for my son." She said, "Listen, if you have a party for him, then he will come. He will show up." And so her subscribers and people that follow her, she has a lot of people that follow her on Facebook. You all please make sure you go support her over there. They donated to make sure that he had the best birthday party ever, only for Cora Jakes in the 11th hour to cancel the party. Well, to cancel him showing up. Instead of her sending a representative to give him that opportunity to be with his mother and his siblings and his family, because a lot of people came out, she decided to say that there was some sort of security issue and they were not able to attend that party. However, on Sunday, there was Cora and her family gave Jason a birthday party someplace, I believe it was like 45 minutes away from where Michelle was living. And Michelle and her sister did show up to that. And there's a live stream up from Monday when Michelle went into great detail as to how that went down and how she was just able to see her son and to hug him, which is the most important thing. And I really want to make that clear to everybody watching. I know that Cora Jakes is the name here, but it's really about a mother whose son was taken. And so we have to keep the main thing, and that's bringing him back to Michelle. But she did go on Sunday, and she was just so excited. But of course, as days have gone on, she has, kind of been able to put some things together and I guess look at some things from a different light. So that's pretty much it. But she did have a party for him that Friday night, and Cora did not bring him. She did not bring him to that party at all.
And
She did.
that's an issue for me, right?
Yeah.
That's a huge issue for me because I feel like as the woman that you carry yourself to be, you should definitely be a woman of your word. But then to come back by saying, "Oh well," and you knew money was being spent. That's also a plus for me. Like you knew money was being spent
Hmm.
and you knew people had donated. You knew all of these things. I'm sure you see them just as well as everyone else does. So you knew that this was going on and you still did not address it. And I just or you did not handle it the way that I think that it should have been handled.
Right.
And like you said, either sending a representative or whatever the case may be, like something is
Yeah.
just really off with that. And then for you to then turn around and have a birthday party, which I feel like is like, and I get it, I get it. We want to see the positive outcome in this, right? And the positive
Right.
outcome is that Michelle was able to see her son.
Absolutely.
But to me, it's almost also like a slap in the face because you didn't bring him to the birthday party that you knew I
Right.
spent money on, but then you really honestly expected me to just be so willing and able to come to a birthday party that you were throwing,
Mhm.
knowing everything that you've done to me. Like, girl, I mean, like Cora, you knew she is feeling some type of way. I just can't rock with it. I
You
cannot.
know, these let me tell you something, Chef Don Dunn. Since I've been covering the story, and I believe I started late May, but definitely went full force in June talking about it, I've realized that the family, the TPH family, the figurehead, Bishop Jakes, allegedly, everything's alleged that I'm saying. To me, it seems like it's all about control. How can we control the narrative to come out looking like we're on top? I think that they've done a really good job based upon some other information that I've received about this whole family, because it's a lot. Um, I really firmly believe that this situation, they can't just, they're not able to write this one off, right? Like, people are talking about it. We're continuously broadcasting about it. Every time Michelle goes live or there's a new development, we're talking about it, and they're not really able to put a towel over the fire, so to speak, right? They're so used to being able to control the narrative where they're not understanding this is not going away until there is some resolve. This We're going to continue to talk about the situation, we're going to continue to bring light to the situation, but they're so used to controlling it. They want things to be done their way, and they are not happy about it. They're not happy about people continuously to talk and to shed light. They actually hate it. I mean, there was even a clip that I posted on my live stream the other night. Bishop Jake's talking about the situation. He's like, oh, but when the time is right, you want to continuously control the narrative, Bishop, and this is not going away. It's not. And they have tried everything except for a couple things, but they've tried a lot to diminish the story.
Well, in my opinion, and I've stated this several times before, um, because this is not the first time of me talking about this. I actually talked about this, I think, right after I found out that it happened. I first got introduced to this story on Larry Reed's channel, or
Mm-hmm.
Larry Reed's platform. Is
Right.
where I first got introduced to this story, and after that, became a content creator. And this was kind of like one of my first hot topic stories that I had talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that in that moment, how it seemed like everything was trying to be manipulated behind the scenes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know exactly what I mean by that. Everything
Absolutely.
seemed manipulated. And I kept saying, like, I gotta get this story out. And I'm gonna tell you this. I was actually just one day going on YouTube, and I saw your video. And I think the very first video, I think you had did a combined story about this and something else. I can't remember
Mm-hmm.
exactly what it was. But when I watched the video, I'm like, okay, so this coming from you reporting on it, I'm like, I really feel the same way that she feels about a lot of things that are going on, even people who are members down to the Potter's house. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The connected members, the connected city officials, the connected court officials. These officials are members of the church. And when I say members, I mean members that give, members that are a part of other ministries within the church.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, I want to ask you something. What
Sure.
can you elaborate more on the scrubbing of Cora's name in certain things? Because I listen, one of the things that I noticed that she was scrubbed from was the woman that art lose situation, right?
Mm.
And I remember that it was like really fast and in a hurry, like all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And I did like a real brief story on how why I felt like she was removed from that. But can you kind of just elaborate a little bit more? And also too, Cora was head of the children's ministry at the
Mm-hmm.
Potter's house. Is that correct?
That's correct. Destiny's
Okay.
World. Mhm.
Okay, perfect. So can you elaborate a little bit more on the scrubbing of her name from the websites and different stuff like that?
So initially, if you go back, I believe it's on my playlist regarding the situation. Initially, I would actually go on when I was on live, I would actually show those who were on live with me on the website. We would go through, I believe that several different ministries on their TPH website, and each ministries has a leader, a head pastor of that particular ministry. When you get to Destiny's World, and I think that they learned very early on when the situation happened, we had to take her name off the website. If you go into, I forgot the name of the teenage website, the teenage group that they have at TPH, but their leaders are still listed. Every ministry has a leader except for Destiny's World. No, there's no name listed as anyone that manages or is the head pastor of that particular ministry. So I think they learned very on. We're gonna take this off now. There's one part before Women Thou Art Loose that I want to address, because there is a minister based out of Atlanta, and this all ties in together. So initially, Woman Thou Art Loose was planned. This was the big homecoming, the last hurrah for Bishop Jakes in Atlanta. So, but when the situation happened, of course, they tried to do damage control. Now, I don't know if a lot of your viewers are used to serving in ministry or what their background is when it comes down to church. But when you're putting together any type of conferences normally take about 6 months, roughly. If you want to put on a really good production, maybe a year, but 3 to 6 months is a good little. Actually, 6 months is actually should be the baseline for a conference. Well, after the story took place, there is a minister out of Atlanta, I think her name is Malikia. We call her Minister Milky Way on my channel, child. But anyway,
Not Mr. Milky Way.
Minister Milky Way is her name, honey. Okay, that's her name. So I don't know how this happened. I don't know who contacted who, but allegedly, she was contacted, and there was a conference that was put up in the month of June. So remember, Michelle's story comes out in May. Everybody's talking about it in June. We're going to put together a conference that's going to take place in August, which, if you promote it the right way, it could happen. And Cora was the keynote speaker. Baby, 9 people showed up to this conference because, and I think it was still very fresh. I think they were trying to do damage control to clear her name so quickly that they didn't realize the backlash that they would face and the coverage. There were a few more vloggers that were talking about the same conference along with myself. So we were watching it. We were keeping an eye on this thing. And baby, when they look, and they had it down to the Jamal Bryant's church, okay, at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church.
Pastor
Baby,
Slanger Slanger.
right. You said who?
Pastor Slanger Slanger. That's what we call
Oh,
him over here. Slanger Slanger.
I know that's
Okay.
right.
What we call.
Baby, I got 10 for days. But anyway, so but so come conference time, and mind you, Cora goes on to Minister Milky Way's Instagram live, and mind you, they limit all the comments. You could not comment on this live. I believe Nosy Bystander. I was actually watching her at the time where the story came, where I realized that Cora was on this live, and baby, 9 people showed up to this conference, not including the ministers and the musician that was in the building. 9 people. So that was, but I think that was her last ditch effort to clear her name before Woman Thou Art Loose. And Woman Thou Art Loose is major, right? That's like how he really kind of, besides the get ready situation, how he really branded himself, right? With the Woman Thou Art Loose conference. So in August, this conference is a flop. Cora, she didn't show up to the conference. She sent some video message. They had a woman preach that was really good. But in September, the bishop probably was like, listen, if we keep her on this role, the people may not show up. And so what they did, and if you go back, I believe it's either at the end of September or October, after he passed the mantle over to Sarah, where
Mhm.
he goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, Cora had knee surgery." That was the excuse why Cora did not make Women Thou Art Loose. No, Bishop. She might have had knee surgery, but the people didn't want her to be there. The people did not want her to be present because they still did not know about this situation concerning Michelle and Jason. Okay. And I think he also knew that because allegedly he's lost over 30% of his membership because of this one story. So he knew if I keep her on this role, I'm going to lose money. Am I making sense?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
See,
It's a
I'm
lot. It's a
churchy.
lot.
I do have a few subs. Well, I'm not gonna say a few subscribers. I'm pretty sure about 40% of my subscribers know churchy stuff,
Mhm.
and most of us know that that is one of the things that you plan out. But
Absolutely.
until you gave
Yes.
me that timeline, I did not know that. I did
Mhm.
not know that. Wow.
Honey, let me tell
Whew.
you something. Since this story has come to light, and I'm so glad and I'm proud of Michelle, even though she said it's been a number of years, how she's just been steadfast. I know she's getting tired, and I know that it's mentally draining on her, but I'm so excited that she's steadfast on this and that she made that video in May. That thing just it blew up into something that I think is even beyond her wildest dreams. But to see how they're trying to do damage control because of this one story, and in a minute I'm going to tell you something else about what they're trying to do to me myself personally, but to see
Oh
that they've been
Lord.
trying to do damage control just to save face and to keep money coming in, it's remarkable. I'm just like, you all have got to be joking that you think you're going to just shuck and jive in our faces and then we're going to give you money. No, you need to give an account for this. And because the bishop has not come to the forefront and said anything about this personally, I'm not talking about giving a quote to the Christian Post, but addressing this head on and instead of getting on the stage and saying something different, he needs to say, listen, y'all, I know the situation that's going on with my daughter. We're working behind the scenes. Please bear with us. He has said nothing, nothing in favor of trying to get this situation taken care of. It's always in defense of Cora every single time. Like it's almost like he's afraid of what she's going to say on the back end. You know what I mean? So
Right.
he's afraid of what she might come out with if he does not defend her. Yes, sir. Hmm. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Oh, okay. So
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm keying because I'm in Texas.
I
So
thought you all this time. I thought you were in Louisiana. I said, "Hold on, he in Dallas."
no, ma'am, I'm right here. And the crazy thing about it is, um, the very last ministry that I joined was
Mhm.
the Potter's House.
Really?
But I
Ooh.
was attending the North Campus, which is Shore Brady.
Oh, Father.
That's
Okay.
where I became a member at. I actually love me some Shore Brady.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I just love her teaching. Let's put it that way.
Mm. Right.
And that is where I was. And then once I heard about this, I can step foot back nowhere actually that even has that name on it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I want to ask you this because this is kind of taking it back to Michelle's video
Yes.
last May. In that video, Michelle addressed Brandon, which was Cora Jake's husband. Okay, so
Right.
her ex-husband. Um, he is currently incarcerated at the moment, and we found out that you know he's being alleged. Well, it's being alleged that he may have. I'm trying to figure out how I can say this. Um,
Mhm.
abuse. I'm just gonna put it that way.
Okay.
In multiple ways. Allegedly. Can you
Right.
kind of elaborate on what's going on? Because I remember also there being a GoFundMe to support maybe his family in regards to this, but can you kind of elaborate on that specifically?
So the Brandon Coleman situation is very convoluted. And are you talking, you want me to elaborate on the Brandon situation or how Brandon and the Michelle thing cope? Because I don't really understand. How do you want me to elaborate on it?
Okay,
Because I can't
so
really speak for Michelle from Michelle's standpoint. I would rather
mhm,
her address, how she was feeling during that time.
okay. Well, let me say this. So what he was accused of while Jason was also with them, what he's being currently incarcerated for.
Whew, okay. So yeah, this is a little convoluted. And Nosy Bystander has done a great. I like to highlight people when they're doing great stuff on YouTube. So allegedly, the word on the curb is that, well, what Cora has stated through paperwork and documents that Brandon Coleman allegedly essayed the eldest daughter that was taken inappropriately, Amari, aka Bianca. That's the word on the curb. He's been incarcerated now for over a year. And yeah, there's a GoFundMe that's circulating. I've spoken to Brandon's parents, both of them, they're lovely people. I wish that they would come forward a little bit more in the forefront so that they can really, compel the people to give. But I don't. The situation is so convoluted. You just don't know what to believe anymore. He says that he's innocent. They're saying he's guilty. I will say it like this because I did some research just yesterday on this. TPH allegedly has a history of falsely imprisoning
Mm,
people. Okay, let me just put that out there. It's all alleged, but I have to say that they do have a history of allegedly imprisoning people falsely. I do have a subscriber who remains nameless. All of my sources are extremely confidential. I never reveal their identity, but she herself was falsely imprisoned because of Bishop Jakes. So they do have a hefty track record of this behind the scenes. I don't really. Michelle was saying something about, I think the core wanted to be with Monet. I really don't know that part, and I don't have to speak about something I don't know.
mhm.
But to me, from where I'm sitting, I thought that it might have been that he knew too much, and that the best way to keep him quiet is to put him behind bars. But
Mm,
again, I don't know the full extent of that, so I don't want to go back into it. Plus, it's been a long time since I put my hand on the Brandon Coleman situation, so I would have to go back and do some more additional research. I have spoken to
mhm.
people at Ellis County Jail, though. I have, downloaded the documents. They're a lot, and you would think, if this is not the case, why isn't the Jakes family or at least Bishop trying to get him out? But it's easier to keep him in, if that makes any sense. And it makes Cora look more like a victim to where I'm sitting. It makes her look like she's the victim. Everyone does something to her. I personally don't know. I've gotten a download about it, but I'm hesitant about sharing that. I'm gonna do it on my YouTube memberships once that gets activated. But I highly doubt that this is the situation. And you can honestly tell in the little girl and how she's looking these days. But it's a very highly convoluted situation. Does that make
Oh
sense?
wow. It
I feel
it
like I'm talking
does.
in
It
circles,
does.
but
No, 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 no. This makes sense because it for me.
mhm.
Hey Pam, good morning, Pam. Pam also stated that this Brandon story is suspect to me. So
Yeah.
that's the reason why I wanted to know because per what we know as of now
Hmm.
is he's being accused of SA. And
Correct.
so now that you've stated it like this, it makes sense. I'm definitely going to do some research on it because my God, um, now that you
Yeah.
put it this way, it mm, mm, mm,
Hi, Pam. Yeah, here's the thing. Had I not received when this whole Michelle Lau situation came out, and remember, Michelle stated on her initial video, that her son is in this house. Brandon, allegedly touched this other child. My son is in the house. Like that was, and if you go back to that original video, she states that very clearly. That was her concern. I do know that Michelle is in contact and communication with Brandon's parents also. So, again, that's why I said I can't really speak on their relationship. I would
Right.
never do that. I only speak about things that I know personally or have experienced. Um, what was I going to say after that? I should have lost it. But I think that this is but what I was gonna say was, so initially when the story came out, and then I have this young lady, I mean literally she sends me like 11 screenshots. She's DMing Bishop Jakes, she's sending me the information that happened to her. And I said, well, what am I looking at? And she says, I was arrested as well. This happened about, I think, like 7, 8 years ago. And I
Mm.
said, wait, you were arrested? I said, why? She said, I was falsely accused of doing X, Y, and Z. She's actually come up on my Patreon to discuss it. And my mouth hit the floor. I was like, I'm like, you gotta be joking that this is actually happening. And she's not the only, this is not like Brandon is not an isolated event, allegedly. There are more people that have been falsely accused of things at the behest of this church.
Well, we know that goes on really in the church
Mm-hmm.
world.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm about to throw out an example. And all I really got to say is his name. And I'm pretty
Okay.
sure you might cackle a little bit because Marvin Sapp.
Okay, so so here's
See,
the
I
thing
knew
though.
it.
I've
I knew
never
it.
heard,
No,
but
you
here's the thing.
haven't.
I promise you, like, since I've been doing this as consistently as I'm learning about all these different pastors and leaders and preachers that I did not know. You have to send me that offline, Chef. But I did not know he was involved in anything like that at all. But a lot
Well,
of these pastors, I didn't
he
think that they were doing stuff.
he I know his camp and Fred Hammond's camp do not mind clearing you really quick.
Well, I
Um,
have heard about Fred Hammond's camp.
yeah, yeah. They don't
Yeah.
mind clearing you really quick. And I just said that to say that this does go on in case if you
Hmm.
guys don't realize it. There are things that go on that um and you know what? This is one of the things that I keep saying when it comes to Michelle. I want people to really understand the name that the Jakes family has held for years, right?
Hmm.
And for you to be close to someone in that family and you actually see a lot of what you hear, you probably do put a lot of trust in them because you
Yeah.
do feel protected. You feel like things are going to go over in your way just because of the things that you've heard, you've seen. And like I said, you're close to someone in that family, which then makes you closer to the situations at hand. I whew, the whole situation is very convoluted if you think about it. It's so many avenues and so many ways to look at this. And again, my hope and my prayer is that Jason is able to fully come home to his mom. That's the right thing.
Absolutely.
That's the right thing. We have. I mean, justice has to be. I mean, we just have to fight for young Jason. And I really felt a little situation about this birthday. This is it's crazy to me. It's just all the way around crazy to me.
I want to ask your followers a question, and you as well. Why do you all think that you've never really heard a lot come out of TPH? Because if you all have watched the Hillsong documentary, part 3 and 4 aired yesterday, it was really, really good. You will know exactly why. And also, even for, I believe, Michelle, if you, let's say you want to become a minister at the Potter's House
Mhm.
tomorrow, they're going to put you through the classes. And when it's time for you to, walk across the stage, they're going to give you an NDA, right? Like this is
Period.
how they're operating their church at this point, like a corporation or a business. So they make sure that they have ironclad NDAs in place so that they
Greenleaf.
you let me tell you they right they have you sign it in the presence of an attorney, and they won't even let you take a picture of it. You sign it and they take it right away. That's what I've heard. And I mean, I heard that directly from an attorney that was in the ministerial class with Brandon. Okay? She graduated the same year Brandon graduated in ministry. And she said, as an attorney, she said, when that happened, it shook me. She said, why in the world would I, are they having a sign that we can't even see it? I'm an attorney, Catrice. And I said, that's a question you have to ask yourself. But they have ironclad NDAs in place specifically for everyone that's there. They basically gag you before you even start. They gag you.
I believe that. Um, I just, it makes you realize and it makes you open up your mind to a lot of reasons why people don't want to attend mega churches,
Right.
just in general, right? Because it comes with a cost. You
Hmm.
participating in ministry comes with a cost,
Yeah.
especially if you are one that knows a lot of what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I mean, it I've never been one of those type of people to really just want to be a part of a mega church or want to be in ministry, because I know a lot of times of what that comes along with,
Yeah.
and because I'm a Kojic boy at heart. Okay,
Okay.
I just got to keep it all the way 100. That's just how I grew up.
Right.
And I've seen a lot of things in my Kojic days, a lot of
I bet you
things.
have, Jeff.
I've seen a lot of things, still seeing a lot of current things that are going on, and I realize how manipulated a lot of people are, and
Yeah.
it's just it's it's wild. It really is wild. So I want to get back to Cora and specifically Michelle, Cora and Michelle specifically. If you
Sure.
guys have not seen that video, you guys have to go see it. I don't care how many times you've seen it. It's very heart wrenching to literally watch Michelle. Literally, this video was a cry out for help in
Yeah.
a way that she was frustrated, angry, and has every right to be. Because when she explains everything that is literally going on, stating that it is little old Michelle fighting against the entire Jake's family.
Yeah. Yeah.
That says a lot. That says a lot. She had to represent herself during her trial. I
Yeah.
go ahead,
Hmm.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, no, no. Please finish. Please, please,
No,
please.
I was just gonna say that was wild to me. Learning that specifically was extremely wild to me, because I'm like, man, you gotta fight this thing by yourself, and they've already manipulated you this far, or or made you feel manipulated this far. Like that has to be just crushing.
Yeah, well, she did state in, I believe it was one of the initial, because I believe she made 3 videos that day. Um, allegedly, and shout out to Pam, allegedly they paid her attorneys off, and so that's why she had to end up representing herself at the last minute. That's stated in the video as well. Yeah, they allegedly paid
Wow.
her attorneys off. I mean, money talks. And when you have that kind of money and that kind of power, folks don't like to go up against that. They really don't.
And
Which
I'm
is why,
telling y'all, it's power.
yeah,
I've witnessed a lot of things with my own eyes just being in the city, right? Not specifically going to main campus, but I've seen a lot of things based off of connections, and it again, it's it's crazy. So my question that I have in regards to this as well is um you may mention, so the first daughter that was adopted, right? The first daughter that was adopted, right?
Hmm.
Um Now, specifically, I know you don't want to get into the backstory of her as well, but was she somewhat taking like the same situation, or is her story similar, or did they
This
actually go about legally adopting her from like how did that kind of work out a little bit?
No, sir. um, from what I've been told and have seen, apparently the mother of Amari allegedly was, using the Potter's house as a safe house because, I believe she's from Mexico, and they allegedly deported her and kept the child here. And that's how she was able to obtain Amari. So no, she did not. She can, according to Michelle, she cannot adopt. Again, allegedly, she cannot adopt a child outright, and that's why she's, I guess, in the business of allegedly taking children. You know, again, when you want something so bad, and listen, there was another young lady that she was grooming to do that as well. She was doing that to another young lady as well. And then I just received something in my inbox that she was looking to do that to a celebrity. I will not make mention of who that is,
Oh,
but I was sent paper. I was sent some information, and I said, "You have got to be kidding! That this is like, her thing. This is what she does."
and to
Yeah,
think that to to honestly sit back and think that you were you were a leader of a children's ministry.
baby. And if you
Hey,
go to her, she has a link. What is that called? Like a link tree on
mhm.
her Instagram, and she was going as far as like putting the baptism, link on her personal link tree. Why are you trying to put that on your link? That's not part of your ministry. That's part of Destiny's World ministry. That's for the children, But it's just how she can, I guess, gather the names and see who she wants next. Allegedly, it's a thing for her, but she has definitely
I
tried to set other people up.
One of the things that I heard in Michelle's video was she was mentioning some of the little, and I'm going to label them. She did not label them this way. This is my opinion.
Hmm.
A lot of shady comments from First Lady. As to, I know this is wrong, but you and Cora have to work this out, or however it was worded. It's
Hmm.
really crazy to me. That is so crazy to me. And you lead women.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. And they just had a debutante ball. It was 1 month this year. They've already had that, and that was featuring Keon Henderson's wife, Shawnee O'Neal. Oh yeah, they like you have young people swirling this church. And I said this to my subscribers. I said I have a nephew, a cousin nephew. I don't have any, real blood nieces and nephews, but I call them my niece because they're young. I have a niece that's 22 and a nephew that's 18, and I would not let them go within 50 feet of this church. No, not on my watch. Absolutely not, because you might not come back. Like I don't, that's just how much I don't trust. This is how much like I just do not trust this whole situation. 18 and 20 and 22. She'll be 23 in October. Don't trust it.
Please don't. Please don't.
Yeah, you could not pay me to take a child to this church. No, sir. Nope. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so I want to read some of the comments
Okay.
and see what some of them are saying. Okay, hold on one second, y'all.
Andre Carr's comment is on point. She
Okay,
said,
wait
I
a minute.
personally believe Cora cannot qualify for traditional adoption due to her mental issues. That's what I was told as well.
Uh, Andre, I'm trying to find your comment, honey. Um, okay, those recordings. Um, hey, Natty. Hey, Annabelle. Okay, Annabelle says, does Jason's bio father have any rights? I don't.
I believe he does. Michelle came onto my 2,000 subscriber live stream. She said that they're in the process right now working to get him to the forefront, but he does have rights to the child. I just think that I don't know if he was nervous or confused, or I don't really know. She hasn't gone into great detail with me because a lot of things I told her to keep close to her vest, you know?
Absolutely.
And you know, and I think a lot of people were trying to speculate who her child's father, who Jason's father was. I told her, you know, my concern is just Jason. So I did not need that information, but she did drop the T, and I believe I have a clip I can send it to you to post where
Absolutely.
he did say that, you know, he wants to come to the forefront to fight for Jason as well.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
I really hope that they can, do that. That's my hope and my prayer. Justice for Jason.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. What's
Absolutely.
wrong with Cora that she is unable? Okay, I think that they semi answered that. Surely, allegedly, uh,
Allegedly, yeah.
could be mental or issues
I think it's a
there.
couple of different things, but that's a biggie. And you know, Nosy Bystander dropped an audio on her page when, you know, she had called Brandon after she was committed in Los Angeles in August of 2021, I believe, where, you know, she said she had to take some time to rest and everything. So I think that plays a really big part to the situation, allegedly.
Oh wow,
Yeah. And
wow,
we're all about seeking professional help if you need it. You know, if
absolutely,
you're struggling with depression, please see someone. If you're struggling with bipolar, one or two, whatever it is, get the help. But you know, also try to do things the right way. That doesn't mean that you go about a situation like this. That doesn't give
right,
license for that.
right. Because at some
Yeah.
point we have to hold our loved ones accountable.
Yeah,
And we've kind of
absolutely.
known that over the years there have been a lot of cover-ups when it comes to those children.
Yeah.
Specifically, let's just use one for an example, and everyone knows this. There
Mhm.
was a son of theirs that was caught in the park,
Ooh,
down
you
to the
know
park, with his Peter Whacker swinging and things and doing other things. And it the amazing ways of them trying to get that covered up behind the scenes, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't grasp it. Not like they wanted to. Not like they wanted
right.
to. If it was up to them, that story would have never came out. Um, but it did.
But you
It
know,
did.
I honestly did not know. And call me crazy, you know, I thank God that he kept me in my little bubble, you know, because I did not know about that until just at the end of last year. I
Really.
had no clue about that.
Yes, it was a big old thing, especially to the community, the Dallas community, because at that time that was years ago. So that was up on the rise of the TP ministry. It was
Mm,
most definitely on the rise of that particular ministry. And again, like I said, the odd thing is being able to, well, not the odd thing, but the thing was to try to be able to cover it up. But it
right.
had gotten so big that they couldn't get ahead of it. They could not get ahead of it. So that's the reason
Mm,
why it came out. But if it was left up to them, it wouldn't have
yeah.
gotten out. It would not have gotten out. Yeah, that
Oh,
was a
absolutely.
huge, that was a huge thing, especially for the Dallas community. But you got
Yeah,
to think,
I to be honest,
at
I
that
did not
particular
know about
time, the Dallas community wasn't that large as it is now, or as
it.
it
Mhm.
was maybe 5 years ago. The community
Okay.
has grown over the years. Dallas is a very big place, but again, all of these areas are developing over the years. So it's, you know what I'm saying? It hasn't always been like what it is now. And so
Right.
again, you they've always for years tried to have cover up the scandal. Like what Pam said is absolutely true. For years they've gotten away with it, especially after that, because I think after that situation came out is really when they started buckling up on a lot of things. A
Right.
lot of things. Probably when NDAs started to come into play and all of those things, because back then people were freely talking. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
there wasn't really NDAs in place. But now it's a lot different. It's a lot different again. Remember that being in a and listen, one thing that I do not try to do over here is persuade anyone to any specific religion. I respect everyone's beliefs. Y'all know my beliefs though. You know what I mean? And for the most part, I think people who are subscribed to me believe certain things as well, right?
Mhm.
So I always want to respect that. But what our community as Christians have a hard time of doing, especially Black Christians, and we know this because we do it in our own family. We like to sweep a lot of things under the rug.
Mhm.
We like
Yeah.
to not address a lot of things. We like to not talk about those things because when you talk about those things, then people start to find out more things. And
Yeah.
you know, again, that is what our struggle has always been in this particular part of religion, so to speak. That's been our struggle. We like to hide everything. We don't like to
Mhm.
address it. We don't like to talk about it. And the typical being of a man of God is just pray about it. Professional help, what is that? What is that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to them, that's what that is. They don't seek that type of stuff. They don't even address that type of stuff, and they look down on it when you go to them and talk about it. I don't want to go
Yeah.
to you for marriage counseling, but I will go seek an actual therapist that can get me through things with my marriage. Though you
Right.
can give me biblical resources, I still also need those mental resources to be able to get me. I've always said this: God does not operate in a spirit of laziness, which means that you got
Mhm.
to get up off your tail and meet God halfway. Okay. It has to be an effort. It has to be an effort.
Yeah.
In order for you to receive that blessing, to receive whatever that is, there needs to be an effort on your behalf. There's no effort. I'm just gonna let you know it ain't coming. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, So I'm wowed because there are so many layers to this. There are so many layers to this entire situation. Um, I'm hoping to get Michelle on the platform, and I would love to invite you back as well, because again, I want Michelle's story to get out.
Yeah.
Justice for Jason is what this is about.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
although it's calling out what we see allegedly, what
Mhm.
we see in the forefront of what we see actually going on, again, it has to be called out.
Yeah.
We have some of our faves, but I'm gonna let you know, don't nobody walk this earth perfect.
No.
No one walks this earth perfect. And I said that to say that it's okay to call out your faves. It's
Yeah.
okay to call out your faves because again, if you love me, you gonna call me on my bluff.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel because again, we don't always walk around perfect. Pam asked the question. She said, "Do you have an update on Michelle's court case?"
I do not have an update on Michelle's court case. She does have an attorney. She also has other people, but I do not have an
Great.
update as of yet. The last time I checked with her, she was in the process of getting documents unsealed. I believe in Texas, it's like $3,500 to do that. So I
Absolutely.
do not have one at this time. I tried to reach out to her last week. She has not responded. I know she was upset about the whole party situation. So I will check back in with her to see if there are any. But she has a couple people behind the scenes that are helping her for sure. Because I know that was a concern. If she had legal representation, she does. She does have legal
Okay.
representation.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Good. I'm glad to hear that because um one of the things is I don't I, let me tell you something. I am adopted, and one of the things that I always appreciated from my mother was allowing me to know who my biological family was,
Yeah.
and being able to make the decision if I wanted to connect with them or not, right? And I said
Right.
that to say this. It is it's so traumatic when you get older, and it does affect relationships.
Hmm.
And one of my biggest concerns, and this is why I say justice for Jason, is his relationship with his siblings. They love Jason. And
Yeah.
I've heard so many stories about it. And I don't ever want this. And this is one of the reasons why I want to talk about this too, is because it is so traumatic being separated from your siblings. I was
Yeah.
separated from every last one of my siblings.
Mm.
And growing older, it is such a traumatic experience, especially when you do have siblings out there that you don't know anything about them, you've never met them, and it's a missing place in your heart. I don't want that to happen for Jason.
Yeah.
And,
I think I think Cora, I think, in my opinion, I think she's done a great job of trying to isolate him from his mother and his siblings, knowing that they desperately want to spend time with him and to see him, which is, of course, the reason why she probably waited until the 11th hour last week about the party, because that's still her way of having some sort of control over the situation. But that's our prayer on my channel. We're always talking about the importance of him knowing who his parents are, knowing who his
yes.
siblings are, and spending that vital time, even if it's, FaceTime right now or texting, just in keeping in some sort of communication with him, to let him know that they care and they love him and they want to be a part of his life. But, you know,
Because
you're
one
dealing
of
with
the
someone
things
that,
you
hmm?
have to remember is that those kids in the back of their mind, they're not at peace with their brother not being with them at all times.
Yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? In the back
Yeah,
of, they don't know if their brother is okay or not. You know what I mean? Like that is something that I just, again, it crushes me. I'm about to get emotional now. It just
mhm,
crushes me to see that you just you don't mind, but you call yourself a woman of God who um is supposed to be ministering to young women and children, and it's just it's crazy to me. I don't see how anyone can kind of look at this and be like, "Oh, girl, what you doing is okay. It's cute. It's cool. Let's keep making excuses to cover this up." It's not okay.
yeah, it's not okay. But again, I think because I keep in contact with a lot of people from Dallas. I get a lot of behind the scenes information. If it's not just about this situation, but just about Dallas, we call it, TPH Dallas, just about in Dallas and in general. And I think that they just, how do I want to say it? If they can't control the narrative, it's not going to work for them. If that makes any sense.
Right.
And they just want to make sure that they appeal, and I think again it starts from the head. One of my subscribers and I actually, the Lord gave us the same exact scripture. coming out of the book of First Samuel, chapter 3, and talking about Eli. And
Mm.
she told me, she was like, listen, God is not going to rest or let this rest until he gets this stuff together. It comes from the head. It comes from the fact that he needs to, again, address the situation and admit that this is not okay. This is wrong. And how can we fix this? Right? You can't just continue to sweep it under the rug. You cannot continue to pretend like there's no there when this child, he's what, 9 years old now? He's 9. How many more years is he going to go without seeing his family or having the situation addressed properly? And he's being raised in this other home, living this new lifestyle. You know how it is when you have an allegiance to the person that's taking care of you.
Absolutely.
So, he's also believing some of the hype, quote unquote, that's being allegedly said about his birth mother from, I call her the caretaker, because she does not want him to be a part of their life. And
And
I think that the bishop really needs to address his head on and nip it under the bud. But I have another theory with that. There has to be something that she knows why he continuously covers up for her. There's no other explanation besides keeping a good name, right? Why do you
oh,
always continuously cover up for this situation for this one child?
right.
This one person. It's he covered her for Jermaine allegedly when that situation happened in the park, right? Of course, he was at the
Mhm.
at the height of his career. He's now 60 some years old.
And
Address the
again,
situation. Be the father that you are, because if you
that's what
if
I
you're
was about
considering
to
yourself, if you
say.
are a father in the ministry, because a lot of people come on, because he first of all he has the money, right? Then you get the power. Y'all know the song. Then you get the respect. So he has the money. He has the age in the ministry. Why won't you father her the way that you father these other pastors and correct them, right? Like there was a situation allegedly happened with John Gray. He had a meeting with John Gray and allegedly corrected him. Why not do this for the child that you helped to create?
Exactly.
Why are you not holding her accountable for this? This is a problem. She
Well,
needs to be held accountable.
let me say this, and I know that there is a few people in the chat.
Hmm.
This may not be some people's belief, but
Hmm.
we knew that uh, when you are doing something publicly
Hmm.
and you are held accountable in church, you are set down, you are
Yeah.
to ask for forgiveness. And I feel like Cora is in a place right now where, sis, you do need to ask the world for forgiveness. But before you do that, you need to get the help that you need. And you also need to go about doing this the right way. But one of the things that I correction, right?
Hmm.
Um, I had went through a situation while I was in church, and I was set down for about 3 months. But
Hmm.
while I was set down for those 3 months, I was doing like a teaching. Like I had actually, while Sunday school was going on, I was going through another class of nothing but resources, right?
Hmm.
And I use that as an example because that is the proper way in which you are instructed to do.
Right. Right.
Again, you're not holding your daughter, who is a leader of a ministry, accountable.
Yeah.
Like, and then it also makes me look at you sideways, because then if you're doing this to your daughter, what are you doing to the other members in your church that probably should be probably shouldn't even be a ministry at all?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
It's such a cover up.
they're under, a lot of them are like, the people in the congregation, of course, who may be in the ministry, they are allegedly under NDA, so they can't talk, right? But you have your child here who is just doing whatever she wants to do, allegedly running amok, right? And oh, I want this, I want that, and so you give her what she wants, but you're not holding you're not holding her accountable for this situation. But then also on the flip side, and I wrote this down, we also have to remember and we have to keep in mind that they are a celebrity. He's a celebrity bishop. right?
Correct.
So when you are in the limelight the way that he is, you are used to people talking about you, and you're used to things blowing over, right? And so I think in their mind, okay, this story came out, people are not really going to believe it. This will blow over in maybe 2 weeks. Baby, we are now in the month of May 2023, and we're still talking about the situation. So that means no, this is way bigger than, oh, Jermaine got caught in the park. This is about a child. This is not like, oh, somebody got beat up outside the church. That's nothing, right?
Right.
Okay, people get into fights outside the church all the time. Join the club. But rarely do you see a situation like this where the eldest daughter of a prominent bishop allegedly has done something like this. And so I think that they thought, okay, this is going to blow over. We're going to put together this conference with Minister Milky Way in Atlanta. People are going to, she's the keynote speaker. We're going to blow it out. Everything's going to work out. And it doesn't, right? So I think that's what we have to keep in mind, that they are still celebrities. They are people that folks look up to. And so they're used to things just blowing over. They're not used to things being, talked about for a whole year straight with no chaser. Okay, they're not used
I
to it.
yeah.
They're
I
not. And can I say this? And I
Yes,
don't want to
yes.
bring myself, but I have to tell the truth and shame the devil. They're not used to people that they don't know, and them being consistent. I will just say this. They started trying to intimidate me early in July, because I'm in the DMV. I'm not in Dallas. I don't know any of these key players. All the
Mhm.
information that I've been receiving, I've only received one piece of information that did not coincide with everything else. But everybody else, and I've gotten information from various sources. Child, they had a pastor from the DC area try to call me to
Mm.
intimidate me. Oh yeah, like they wanted to get this, they wanted to chop this early. They wanted to chop this story up early. They were gonna nip it. It's July, it's still going on. Now sitting in that person. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've had to the point where I've had to have people know my location at all times, and I've had to beef up security in my own house, because you don't know what you're dealing with when you're talking about people with money. A
Absolutely.
lot
Absolutely.
of money at stake, y'all. And I think that,
Absolutely.
this is not a story where, okay, you pick it up, you put it down. This story is going to make history if it goes over the right way. You get what I'm saying? This story in itself, Michelle's testimony and Jason's testimony, they're going to change lives if this is handled the right way. But when you're coming against people with money and status, they will try everything they can. And this is not alleged. This is my life. I want y'all to really hear me when I say that, because
Can you repeat
I've
the
had to live
story
through
one
this
more
too.
time?
Huh?
Can you repeat what happened one more time?
So, okay, there's two things that's happened, actually. The first situation was, now mind you, I started to really discuss the story in June. By July, we're still talking about it. So I had a very prominent pastor from DC call my phone. Never seen this number before in my life. I missed the call, actually. And when I Googled it, her ministry popped up. It's a female. I called her
Mm.
back, no answer. I went to Facebook. I showed my patrons this on Patreon. Pastor so and so, you call me back. What's this about? Okay. The second situation happened probably about maybe 5, 6 months ago. I was leaving out in the morning to go to the gym, because your girl cocktails need to lose some weight. And I'm walking to my car, and there's a car that's driving up to, it's like I live on a little hill. They're driving up, and when they see me, they stop, and they just sit there for like 2 minutes. And I'm like, I get in my car and I sit there and I'm watching this car. And so they slowly back up. They have out of town tags. Either in Maryland, you're going to see Maryland or Virginia, or maybe DC, but mostly Maryland, Virginia. This was like Tennessee tax. It wasn't even Texas. And so I've had to beef up security at my own apartment to be safe. I've had to tell my neighbors what's going on. My sister and my best friend had my location at all times because they said something might happen to you. That's not a joke.
It's not. It's
This is
not.
not a joke. This is very serious business. And I think that we underestimate because, oh, you're out of town, it's not that serious. Until you've seen somebody pull up and then slowly back up and wait for you to move, and I don't, because I'm like, I know what this is. I mean, it's not paranoia when you see all the signs, right? You're seeing the car stop when they see you, back up and just wait. It's amazing. But they'll pull anything out of a hat in order to see if it's gonna stick.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, it's the connections. It's the eh, I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. And please understand that this job is not easy whatsoever. Catrice,
Mhm.
do you have your Cash App up here on your thing?
I do not have my cash app up here though.
Um,
I
can
do
you
not have
send it to me or um
sure.
I wanted
Yeah.
to put Catrice's Cash App. You know, this is our offering time, okay?
Oh, you don't have to do that.
But I would love for you to bless this woman of God, please, please, please. We're just gonna put that here because you know we do support. And let me tell you something again. It is not an easy job getting up here, period, asking for justice in any situation. I want
Oh
you guys
no.
to absolutely know that. No matter if we're talking about this Michelle situation, no matter if we're talking about something going on in the world, we honestly, again, we get up here and we put a lot of things at risk when we do this.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it is
Yeah.
just one of those things where you be like, okay, now again, you know, anything that we talk about, again, we put ourselves at any risk of, you know, being talked about, you know, or
Mhm.
anything of that sort. So, I wanted to do this in a way of saying thank you, because I know that this is not easy, and you keep up with this story, very close,
I
very
try
very
my
close.
best. I really do.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
mean justice for Michelle because again, I want okay. Um Simply elegant one. I just posted Catrice's Cash App in the comments. Can you grab that for me, please? Um
You about to make me cry, Chef Doctor.
what's up, Zap for you? Well, listen,
Because
I'm just go ahead, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say I just I do this because I care. You're a YouTuber. You know how it is on the back end. This is not for me when I go live and tell these stories. I'm only getting a couple dollars for that, right? I'm just doing it because it has to be told that people need to know. We need justice for Michelle and for Jason, and that's it. And I tell people all the time, I'm not even here to bash the Jakes. That's not
Right.
my MO. It's just to make sure that they have justice. That's it.
Absolutely.
That is it.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Well, listen. Catrice's Cash App is in the comment section. Y'all show her some love, okay? Show her some love. Show her some love because again, it's not easy to get up here and do this. And again, she's been covering this story since it first happened, okay? Um, so as far as we know now,
Mhm.
we do know that Michelle could possibly be having some court dates or court things coming up, and we just want to pray peace over her, and pray that God really just turns this thing around in her favor. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I really
Mhm.
pray that God does turn this thing around in her favor and that power can get you out this situation.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
you know, and like you said, it was one of those situations where they thought we're always just gonna be talking about it for the 2 weeks that it appeared, but every time that Jason
Mhm.
is brought up, listen, justice for Jason, and so it brings out everything that is going on in this situation, and so I'm I'm not gonna stop talking about it. Um,
Amen.
because again, I agree. Nola Reed said Jason needs to be returned to his family. That is what our prayer is.
Absolutely.
That
Shout
is
out to
what
Nola
our
Reed.
prayer.
Shout
Okay.
out to her.
Shout out to her, absolutely. And Aunt Natty says, thank you. Pam says, thank you, Catrice, for your great reporting.
Oh,
Um,
thank you, Pam. And I was gonna say something about because I love Pam's work. I try to stay in the bushes, chat, but I really would love for her at some point in time. I must try to send Michelle Pam's page. I would love for them to connect. I love how Pam has been
I agree.
covering the Bishop Whitehead situation along with yourself because you're my boo thing. But she comes with the court documents out. Listen, she's an attorney. I ain't got time to sit down and looking through our paperwork. But I would love for them to connect at some point in time, woman to woman and attorney to woman, not for any legal, advice or anything, but just to kind of get the gist of what's going on and to shed more light to the situation because she knows how to do it from the legal aspect. I just
Right.
give it to you all raw from the commentary standpoint, but she knows how to bring it from the legal aspect. So shout out to Pam.
Absolutely, absolutely. And shout out to Pam because
Yes.
listen, Pam gets the job done, and I truly think Pam and her husband, they are very good people. They're very good people. They show very great practices. And so I will that's I'm going to hope for that, Pam, that you and Michelle can somehow get connected.
Yes.
So that
Yes.
that way maybe maybe you covering it, uh also getting the story out or something, you know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely here for that. um she is the social media lawyer, okay? She is the
Okay.
social media lawyer.
Period. Listen, I shout Pam out. I try my best to shout her out all the time because, and of course because what you all have done with this whole Bishop situation is great. People need to know. And I like how she stayed on his neck regarding I think it's the Glory of God Church.
Yes.
I was so engulfed in this Cora Jake situation that I personally just didn't know what was going on. And but I was happy to see that justice was served, on her live stream. I did watch the entire thing, okay, y'all, because if I like a good content creator, I'm gonna sit through,
And let me
or at least I'm
tell
gonna try.
you, she gives us a good old gag, okay, over there about the bishop. Speaking of the bishop, let's close out on this. Speaking of the
Child,
bishop, speaking of
Bishop not
the
set up
bishop
here,
blocked
child. Now
you.
let's Kiki for a second, because child, okay, let's talk about. Can we talk about it real quick?
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I get a message. My subscribers, they hit me up. They're like, cocktail, hit me on my DM or Patreon messages or whatever. Cocktails, you see who's on da da da. So I get a message saying that Bishop is going in with Tasha K. So I hop on, but I had a dummy page. So I hop on my cocktails page. I said, hold on, let me log off and go on to my catfish page. So I log on, he's just sitting there going off, going off. So I said a couple things. I'm not gonna say I didn't say nothing. I did. I'm lying. I would be lying to say if I did not on my dummy page. Child, but he must have seen my cocktails page pop up. So he's I'm gonna nip whoever comes in here that's a blogger in the butt. Child blocked me right there. When I got off, about 20 minutes after as I went back to check. And I called my sister. I said, "Do you see Bishop Whitehead's live stream?" So she went back to the page. She said, "Yeah, it's right here." I said, "I can't see it on either one of my pages." The Bishop done blocked me out. I said, "Come on, Bishop," but it's okay. I can still see.
Well,
I can
he
still
loves
see.
the block. He loves the
Oh,
block. But let me just say this. I know he be seeing Chef Don Don. I know you see my videos. And I know you also see me coming up in your lives. I know you be seeing my name come up in your lives. I know you do. I know you do. I know you do. And I know I be screen recording your lives. I know you know
oh,
it.
did you say screen record? Look,
Yes.
I'm gonna show you a more
Every time he
excellent
go live.
way. I'm gonna send you a recommendation for an app that's gonna help you
Okay.
just to hit the link and it's gonna download it for you immediately. I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh, okay, okay,
No more
okay.
screen
Ooh,
recording, honey. It's so
thank you.
simple. A caveman could do it.
Oh, yes, I love when the K-Man can do it.
Oh
But
yes, child. It's real quick
yeah,
too. Oh,
he talk about
I know
Pam,
how to
but ain't
screen grab. She said he just talks about me, but you know why, Pam? But you know what? The bishop got a lot of nerve. The bishop blocks people. See, he definitely has not blocked Tasha K. Anyone that is
he got
giving
Tasha
him,
K app downloaded. Okay, I
you
don't
said
care what
what?
nobody. He got Tasha K downloaded.
Girl,
The
child,
app downloaded on his phone.
he probably be touching, doing a little something to it. But anyway, but someone like Pam, like you, Tasha K, the people that consistently talk about him, he's not gonna block y'all because he wants you all to continuously to talk and he wants to watch it. He's talking about he got people watching. You lying son of a slave. You watching that yourself.
He
Bishop now
gotta
sat me and blocked
see.
myself. I was mad. I said, Bishop, I ain't even said nothing. Child, I didn't even on my cocktail switch. I promised to the Lord I did not say anything, y'all. And he blocked me straight away. I didn't even be talking
Child.
about him like that.
Yes, he is definitely obsessed with bald head Pam.
We,
Everybody bald headed.
I
Everybody
don't.
just
Yeah, he
bald
has a
headed.
problem. He has a
Yeah, he
big
does.
problem. I didn't. I
He
don't like the
does.
name calling that he does. That bothers me.
And the thing about it is, he also said the B word, okay, in response to
Okay.
Tasha K. He said the B
Yeah.
word, okay. Let's be
Yeah.
very clear. He did repeat it. He did
Well,
repeat
he
it.
said
I
you
don't see
might be
nobody on us
one.
dragging him talking about he disrespect black women. Ah, listen, let me tell
Child.
y'all. I again, y'all know how I feel about him. Y'all know how I feel about TK.
Mm-hmm.
And I say just let them go back and forwards and back and forwards and back and forwards. Because you know why? That's what both of y'all get. Okay. That's what
Oh,
both
oh,
of
you
y'all
don't like Tasha?
no, because this is my thing. They both had an agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all really came at somebody, Larry Reed, that y'all did not like. You want to pretend like you had that young man's best interest at heart, speaking of the bishop. And then
Mm-hmm.
Tasha K is trying to pretend like she had his best interest at heart. But really, the only reason why you went to Tasha K was because Tasha K explained her disdain for Larry Reed and why she didn't
Mm-hmm.
like Larry Reed.
Right. Right.
You agreed to go ahead and do this interview. I don't care what anybody says. I think on both ends, nothing was sincere, nothing was genuine. And Tasha K really is just not a genuine person anyway. If come in
Mm-hmm.
contact with her, that is not your friend. Okay, she is not
Yeah.
your friend. We've seen her fall out with literally everybody that she's done an interview with or came in contact with. And you can't blame it on everybody else. No, something is wrong with you, clearly. And I just again feel like they both was on a messy type of tip, and both of them in the end game. That's just what it is. Y'all gonna keep
Yeah.
going back and forth, and I'm here for the kiki of it all. Okay, and
Yeah.
Two
I
Face
think you
says the
know what
documented liar.
I think on Tasha K's and because I really try my best to, really kind of be even killed in this whole social media arena, child, because I don't need no more drama.
Right.
But I think with Tasha K, she always says she doesn't have friends. I think for her, everything is content, right? Like everything has
Absolutely.
the potential to be content. People love drama. I mean, we can't look. I can speak for myself. I have been glued to my TV or my phone for the last couple of years for YouTube beef, right? I actually really thoroughly enjoy watching it because it keeps me entertained. So I think for her, the more people she falls out with is the additional content that she not only gets to create, but that basically people are talking about her, and then she gets the free publicity. She doesn't have to pay for it anymore, right?
Right.
She could
Right.
just someone says Tasha K. Oh, I don't know her. Who's that? And then they tune in. So I think that's really where it boils down to that everything for Tasha K is exactly that. It's content.
It's
She's
content.
content. The beef is content, and then she moves on. She literally like she might come back to it, but then she's just like on to the next story because I gotta get this bag. It's just content.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's out of control
That's
sometimes, but she's
definitely
smart. Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, that's definitely how it is. It's definitely content for her,
Yeah.
including her loved ones. I'm just gonna say that.
Her
Um,
who?
her
What?
loved ones, her close people.
Oh, oh,
She don't got
oh.
they best interest at heart either. I'm just saying, Tasha K. Whew. Mm, Tasha K. That's all I'm gonna say. But I hope that they continue to drag each other because I'm gonna cover it every time there's
I
a
know that's
dragging
right.
going on. I'm going to commentate on that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, she wants the trend for the day. Absolutely, absolutely.
She wants to what?
Um,
Hold on, let me see the comments.
trend for the day. And
Oh
then
yeah.
Andre said, "Nah, Tasha K is ego driven. She can't help herself. Some of the beef is real. She may go silent on the web, but she's still at it behind the scenes. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
you know, you anyway. I can go on and on about how I feel about that stuff,
Well,
but
child, I was
I'm here
shocked when
for
he
the
blocked me.
dragging of it all. Huh?
I said, well, I was just shocked when I was blocked because I'm like, what? I didn't even say anything on my cocktails page to you, so why block me? But I guess he said one more blogger down, right? I,
Child.
I could care less about what Bishop got going on, child, but I do want to see the mess. So
Yeah, I'm here for the mess, honey. I'm here for the mess, and I think that's what both of y'all get because again, um, y'all, that's just how y'all moved. So this is the crazy thing, Patrice. I kid you not. The very moment that I saw him and Tasha K connect, there
hmm
was a picture that I posted in my Patreon of them sitting down on like I don't know if they were sitting on a bench or something, and
hmm
Tasha K and him had these big old booklets of paperwork, right? And I told my patrons, I said, I give them a couple of months, y'all. They're gonna
mm,
fall out, and when they fall out, it's going to be public.
right. Oh wow.
I
Wow.
said because this him, what they trying to do, they personalities are most definitely going to clash in a couple of months because one of them over here is that's why I again say y'all try to break somebody down, and in the long run, it didn't go the way y'all wanted it to. That's just
Right.
what it was. Like it didn't go the way y'all wanted it to. So that's just how I feel about both of them in that particular situation. I knew that it was going to happen. I knew the downfall was going to happen, and I knew it was going to be public. I heard
So
Master Splinter looking for Bishop for speaking his
I
name.
could
Oh
not with the
God.
master in a comment. I was like, who is he calling? I said, first of all, the bishop needs to cut it out because has he looked in the mirror? Master
Everybody.
Splinter. I was confused. I said, hold on. Is he calling somebody else? Because he definitely reminds me more of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle than Tasha or her husband. But none of my business. But I just said, is he calling names? Like, I can't. The bishop just first of all, he needs to just rest in the fact that you are a bishop that purchased an Instagram page for 1.4 million people, and you can barely get 30 people on the line. But rest in the fact that you've made, social. You've been social media famous for a couple of months. Rest in that and move on. Like, stop trying to always create a beef so that you can be back in the limelight. And we're not going to sit here, and y'all forgive my mouth because I do get a little ratchet sometimes. We're not going to sit here and act like the bishop don't want to give of service to Larry Reed's right handed fellowship. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna sit here and pretend
Ooh.
like Bishop Whitehead,
Ah,
okay?
ah,
We're
ah,
not gonna
ah.
look. That man I said to myself, I said he want to on Larry so bad, child. It don't make no sense.
It
Bishop,
is an
get
obsession.
over it.
It's an obsession. It's
It, baby,
definitely an obsession. At this point, it's an obsession.
the bishop needs to cut it out. He is so thirsty for Larry's attention. Okay, he is like, please talk about me. Please look at me. Please. He's begging for the attention. He's begging for it, and it's so sad. It
It is.
really is. Every other day, he's gonna try to drum up something else so he can get back in the limelight. Sir, the shade room already follows you. They're gonna pick it up. You don't have to create it for yourself. You don't. Okay?
And
And
he
I
gonna
don't know
make
why
sure
they
he
follow his
tag.
tail.
He gonna make sure he tag him.
Right. Oh yeah. But I said, come on, you want to get down on that floor so bad with Larry.
The funny thing is so you know when he went live, he titled the name of the live Bald Head or Tarsha K is bald head, right? Hmm. That was
Mm,
funny because of the education level of that title. And
baby.
so I had somebody in my comments, y'all, and I just gotta read this comment because I literally hollered out loud. Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
hollered out loud when the lady said this. Okay, so I titled my video that I did on Friday between Bishop and Tarsha K. I said bald headed Tarsha K in quotations, because that's what he said, versus Bishop Lamar Whitehead predicted this would happen long ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
This was the comment. Your title makes you such a nasty person. Just because you don't like a person doesn't mean you have to shine a light on them. Just
Oh God.
let Mother Nature take its course. How ballistic to name this bald-headed Tarsha K. What is this? Girl, are you stupid? Are you dumb?
Child,
I,
these people
I,
on social media.
I literally be thinking, girl, if you watch the video, clearly, you have watched some part of this video because you commented.
Right.
So that means you saw my title. You also saw, if you would have watched the video, that I clown him. I don't have nothing nice to say about him. You don't like it? Go somewhere else, girl.
Child, these women listen, and that's one thing that gets to me. Now, don't get me wrong. The bishop when he came out of the federal indictment, when he came out of jail that one night, I said, okay, he got nice bow legs, okay, so he might have a decent right hand of fellowship, okay. I don't know, but I'm just speculating. But these women are so dead. Like I've never seen so many women that want to what you call them pick me's.
Pick
I've
me.
never
Me.
seen so many women
They
try to
want
go
to
to back
have
to this
twosomes and
man.
threesomes with him.
Who? With the
That what
bishop?
he said. You missed it when he said it. He
Hold on.
said,
He
he
said
said,
what?
he said out of his own mouth that the women's be in his DMs with that crazy stuff, wanting to have twosomes and threesomes with him, and just nasty. Okay, somebody asked
Oh
me, "Oh, Bishop, you are so handsome," or something like that, and he said, "I'm also married." Girl, you ain't got to do all of that. You ain't got
no.
to
Where
give
you
up all
married at?
these
Where
else.
your
Okay,
wife at?
but
Where the
check.
wife at? The wife was out of the country a couple
Let
weeks
me.
ago. I think she was at the Beyonce concert, if you ask me. But where's your wife?
She better ask Tiffany. She might be going to hell.
Who is Tiffany?
Tiffany Montgomery. She said y'all
You
going.
know
She
what? I'm
rebuked
not. I'm
y'all
not doing it.
about
No. So
going
you
to
got
that
to take me
Beyonce
all the way
concert.
there because me and oh God, me and Tiffany, child. Oof, bless her
Child,
heart. She's so honey.
let me
Please don't get
gag
me
you
started
for a
on
little
that.
bit.
Yes, please, because I want. Oh Lord. Oh Jesus. Oh God. Okay, he on the screen. What is this? Is that the bishop liking a post on the line?
On the Instagram page, yeah, but I
Child.
like them titties and stuff. That what he
What?
doing. Yeah, but I liking them Instagram motless pages and stuff. Them pictures they put up there.
Child, I know you lying. How y'all find that?
Well, you know, I do's a lot of digging, okay?
I
I
know
do a
that's
lot
right.
of digging and a lot of digging and a lot of digging. And
Uh-huh.
so one day I happened to see this man. It's a white man, and he covers him on YouTube doing YouTube shorts.
Okay.
So he posted up this lady's Instagram page, and he said you can go on there and still look and see that he be double tapping all of her pictures, and he can't say it's no mistake because it's more than just two.
Oh my God. No.
But here's the crazy thing. Those pages like that be like fake pages. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like everything behind the scenes is calculated. The number of likes, the number of comments, all of that stuff is always calculated.
Right,
Sir,
right.
you are intentionally liking it because you like what you see.
Child, let me.
So
You
what
have.
I need you to stop doing is playing like you in this happy-go-lucky marriage over there, and that you ain't out here seeking or looking or whatever. Cause clearly you liking the pictures.
Yeah, you have showed me something today. I didn't know he was doing that. I had no clue.
Bishop is double tapping them, and they be what that's the pick me. They be in his comment section hyping him up, especially after he go live, and if he saved alive,
Mhm.
don't none of them people care nothing about what he's saying about Jesus over there.
No, oh no, because he can't. First of all, he don't even know the scriptures. What
And
is
he
it? He
say,
said
I know
Proverbs
y'all love to hear me.
109. I said, sir, Proverbs. You in the wrong book. Sure, who
Well,
ordained you?
one scripture he do know is touch not my anointed and do thy
Lord
prophet
help us, child.
absolutely no harm.
I get so sick
Do
of
thy
hearing these
prophet
people
no.
saying that on the line. I get so even commenters. Don't touch the Lord's anointed one. Who? Listen, you can be anointed too, so I can't talk to you. Child,
Period.
please.
But
No.
I wanna gag you one more time. I know
Oh
you've
Lord.
seen this. I know
Okay,
you've
let me
seen
see.
this. And the
I gotta put
band
my glasses on, child. Hold on.
is
Where my glasses at? Okay,
the
go ahead.
the band is smacking, right? They playing hard in this video, and that's the only good thing about this video. But the interesting thing about this video is that you see that there is no seating room, no seated room.
I
The
cannot. Don't do this to
overflow
me today.
room is
No,
full. The
no,
parking
don't do
lot
that.
is overflowing. They are parking in people's yards and stuff down at
Oh
the church and
God.
everything. I'm telling you now, they parking all on the
Oh God.
curbs and the sidewalks, everything. I mean, it is so many people in here, including the NYPD. The NYPD had to come get them some of Jesus
Oh
on this
God.
particular day. And so I just want to just gag you for another second and just
I can't.
let's just
You
look.
about to take me out, Chef Dog Dog. You about to
Let's
take me
just
out.
let's just look.
Present you as he turned this great leader, Chief Apostle Lamar Miller Whitehead. Come on.
Oh God.
It was no room in there. It was no room, and they say that the overflow room was packed too. And the cry room, where the babies go cry, and now the new churches got the cry rooms where the
Oh
baby go cry
God.
and stuff like that. You used to just pop, be quiet, but now they got a cry room for you to go in there and rock the baby and all that kind of stuff. They say that room was full. They say all the choir room where the choir go rehearse
Oh
before they
my
go to
God.
service. That was full. The fellowship hall was full. Every part of that church was full. And y'all is giving image in the comment section.
Oh God.
Know what y'all giving? Y'all jealous because he had a lot of people in his service. You know what it sound like? Y'all just jealous.
Oh,
I
Chef.
always let me tell you something.
Oh
Somebody
God.
asked me the other day that
Oh
they
God.
said if you ever go on his live, we got to really prepare ourselves. Because the
I
type of
mean,
questions that I'm asking, you can call me a bum, you can call me bald headed if you want to, but I'm
oh
gonna
God.
ask you the real questions. Who was at your ordination service when you
Oh
became an
my
apostle? And why
God.
was the NYPD there, sir? Why was the NYPD there? Okay, can you tell us that? Can you also tell us who made you a bishop?
Oh
Who
my
did that?
God.
Who
You
did
do
that? Who did that?
when I
Because
tell
you ain't no
oh,
bishop. You ain't no bishop.
when I tell you
Oh, Sharice says she saw a lot of celebrities in there. Who you see, girl? Who you see, girl? Who you see? Did you see Kelly Sherelle Price up in there?
oh,
Did you?
I
Did
am
you? Did you see
speechless.
Foxy Brown? Because there's his cousin allegedly. So did you
That's
see
what I
Fox?
heard.
Did you see Foxy Brown up in there? Who you saw, girl? Who you saw? Who you saw?
I am gagged for the day. I promise you. That right there took me out of here. First of all, it's the man in the front that had to turn the staff around for me. That's the part that drove. I was like, hold on, you your staff wasn't even right, Bishop. And what you got ordained as a chief apostle? I can't. I
One
can't.
more time, when you want me to run it back, let's say
Oh
run it
my
back.
yeah, go ahead,
Let's say
baby,
run it
because
back, run it
that thing
back.
is hilarious to
Okay.
me.
Y'all look and make sure you look closely, child. If you look closely, baby, you can see Kim Burrell sitting there. You can see Karen
Oh,
sitting there, honey. You can see all of the people
oh
sitting
God.
there. 50 Cent is sitting there. That Joe is sitting there. Okay.
Mm,
DL Hughley is even there. Okay.
mm.
All right. Y'all make sure y'all take a look.
Present you as he turns. This great leader, Chief Apostle Lamar Miller Whitehead. Come on.
After watching this for the 100th time, y'all, I just noticed
Oh my
something.
God. When I tell you
Wait,
that is everything to me. Baby, they was oh look,
wait, y'all.
they was packed in the vestibule, okay? Packed in the vestibule. Couldn't even get out the door. Jesus lamb.
Wait a minute. I
Bishop
just noticed something. I just noticed something.
was
And I'm hoping that this is not.
I
Y'all
can't.
remember that man in the back of the robbery video?
Yeah, the one that was
If you
sitting there the
look
whole
at it,
time.
if you look at it again, y'all look and see if that man is sitting next to this drum set. I
Is it
make sure
him? Is he
you.
there?
I don't know if it's him, but the way that this man is sitting, it just
Oh,
make it look some kind of way. Y'all look one more time.
yeah, I
Look
want to see
again.
this part.
Present you as he turns. This great leader, Chief Apostle Lamar Miller Whitehead. Come on.
This guy out of there. Now that ain't him, because whoever that is got long hair, clearly. But it's just the fact that he's sitting right next to him, drum like the man was at the Baby Shower Cathedral
Eh,
when the robbery happened.
what?
The Baby Shower Cathedral.
What is the
Uh,
baby?
they was renting that for him for $50 an hour. You know, I don't know if it's $50 an hour, but they were renting it to him over there. That's why he got so upset about that backdrop that was up there about with tax. You know,
You know what? I'm done. I'm not, not doing
but
this.
the reason why I said this was because this happened in January of last year. The
Oh,
robbery happened
really?
in July or June or July. So yeah, this particular what I'm showing is a clip where he was, I guess, chief apostle, whatever. I don't know. He did say call him either chief apostle or bishop. He did say that. So
Oh,
this
baby.
happened January the 15th of 2022.
He's a bishop. He's an apostle, a
Chief
chief apostle,
apostle.
and now
Mm-hmm.
he has a doctorate too. I'm like, so what's next,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bishop?
And I
Cut
would
it
like to
out.
know, in his background, when he be going live in his office, currently his church.
Right.
I all them things hanging up on the wall. What is that? What is it? What is that? Is that your
Shut. Wait.
certificate from your online bishopship?
Hey, girl, I'm on live.
Oh,
Sorry, my girlfriend's here.
okay,
So
no, 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 no. We can wrap it
what,
up, but I want to gag you with that
baby, you
video.
had no. You're good on time. No, what I was gonna say was, where the parishioners at? I don't see anybody. Like, he had a church at one point, right?
Mhm.
Where the people at? Where they go?
Well, he told he told he told he told Mark Lamont Hill, all the people was watching virtually, 20 to 40,000 people. But I just want to be very clear. There was only 158 views on that video.
What video is that?
This ordination service video.
Hold on, hold on,
I
hold on.
got it right from the Facebook. But that way he told Mark Lamont Hill he had 20 to 40,000 people that stay watching him. That's what he said.
You, you mean the dude Mark Lamont Hill that was on, I think, a CNN or something?
Yes.
So when did he interview with Mark Lamont Hill?
About 3 months ago, 2 months ago.
Bishop Whitehead?
Yes, it was. Oh, you got to go watch that. It's
Child,
on
that's
the
how
Gyro
uninterested
Zero.
I am with the bishop.
Whatever, because let me tell you something. Mark had him gagged a couple times. He was definitely gagged.
Really?
Oh yes, yes. See, he thought he was gonna be able to control Mark Lamont Hill. He even did a whole live where he was telling his people on Instagram that Mark Lamont Hill did him wrong as a fellow black man.
Child, the bishop he's always a victim. And then he's always a victim in his mind, but he's the biggest bully. He is the biggest. He just walks around bullying. If you don't agree with him, he starts to bully you. That's what I've noticed about him.
Mhm.
He's such a
Absolutely.
narcissist. And I hate using that term because I feel like we throw it around to so many people, but he's definitely a narcissist. Even when it came down to, I believe her name was Tarsha Global, when she visited the church. Now, she should have stayed in the back of the church, but she went to the front to glorify God. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. But that was a narcissistic rage he went into. Did you notice how he grabbed her neck?
Yeah, so we've actually had Tarsha on a couple of times. She actually, you gotta go back and watch Friday's live toward the end. She definitely had
Okay.
us gagged with a lot of information that
Okay.
it's alleged information, but
Right.
it makes
Right.
sense. It makes complete sense. And the fact that that man should have never laid hands. I don't care if that woman went up there and put holy oil on the altar.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have touched her at all. And so
Absolutely.
yeah, you definitely have to listen to that. And I also did a video probably about 2 months ago where she came up, was an impromptu. It happened around the same time that the glory of God situation happened, where he was having to get his belongings and get out.
Mm-hmm.
That video. It wasn't a live, it was an actual upload.
Okay.
And well, it was a live, but I cut it down to an actual upload just specifically so you can listen to it. I can't play it, Andre, because I know she has some things to do today that she got to get to. But what I
Child,
will do is I will send you the link to that video
please
because
do.
it's about a 23-minute interview. And when they put out the preview was like 3 minutes and 17 seconds to be exact. And the preview had me gagged. So when you watch the full interview, I guarantee you are going to be gagged. That
I
man
know.
said so much in that. He also say he used to have what do you say? How many members he say used to come to church?
Jesus.
Uh it was 20 to 40,000.
Who?
It was 20 to 40,000 online. And what did he say about? I can't remember. It was a crazy number as far as the people that he had internationally, is what he said, internationally. So,
The
you
bishop?
know, hmm
Okay.
that's why I call his church the leaders of next week, international ministry, because I'm trying to figure out where is it international at.
So I did see, I think that's how I was introduced to you first, was the first video that you did with Tasha. I think it was that upload that I did see. But I'm confused because how is he going to say he has all these members when he only gets like maybe 40 people on the live for Sunday morning? Like when he was on live with Tasha K the other evening,
That's as
that's probably
many
the most
people.
people that he's had on live in a very long time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think he might have had that many people right after the robbery happened, right after we was introduced to him.
Right,
But I think
right.
once people started, really seeing what he was bringing, folk wasn't checking for him like that. So yeah, you're absolutely right, because before Tasha K got on that live, when he was
Hmm.
saying tag Tasha K, baby, they was tagging Tasha K, the FBI, Cardi B, Kirk Franklin,
What?
uh, everybody. And he had about 240 something people.
Hmm.
And when Tasha K got up there, it jumped to like 1,400 people on their live.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I
Because
said, child, you that man,
child,
woo,
he's a mess. Like, but why? But my thing is this: why lie? You're gonna get
yeah,
found out. So there's no point of lying. First of all, you came on the scene based upon, if you ask people like me, in my opinion, it looked like a scam. It looked like the robbery was not real. It was fake. And he's just been on this whole high ever since. And every time something happens, it's like it feeds his ego, right? So like
hmm
the whole Larry and Genesis situation and King John, love that's my chocolate drop. Like with that situation, he was all excited about that, and then that died down. So then he had to do a lawsuit. And I don't know nothing about that part, so don't I and you know, but then it went from that to somebody named Miss Jones in New York. And I said, child, I'm getting tired of talking about the bishop because I said, it's all about stunts and shows at this point. He's just trying to garner more attention. It has
yeah.
nothing to do, you're not edifying the body by being online, calling people bald head and Biggie B. Like, what type of pastor or leader do you claim to be if you're trying to, claim that you're doing the work of the Lord, but calling names? And then I know you saw the end of that video because I caught the tail end of it. You're going to say you'd be remiss if you don't give somebody an invitation
Oh my
to
God!
Jesus.
Oh my
I said,
God!
did
Oh
you
my
just go through
God!
all of
Oh
that
my
and then say you're going to give somebody salvation? Sir, if you don't sit your whole hind part down somewhere, okay?
God,
Salvation,
honey.
I don't want nothing from you.
Yeah, that's what he said. He wanted you to get saved. He
Yeah.
sure did. He said wanted you to get saved in front of your haters. That's
John, let
what
me
he
tell you
said.
something. Ain't no way possible. I don't care if I was a babe and a baby. I had not even trying to find my way around. If I saw a pastor, and I know they're not perfect, so y'all please hear me when I say this. I know that they're human, but if you are not showing me the love of Christ and you're calling names, and then he has a lot of smoke for women. Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
How the
absolutely.
bishop has so much smoke for women, but he want to throw a lawsuit around to men. But he want to back down the men, and he want to, he want the men to get close to him, but he want to call women all kinds of names. What type of man of God are you that you would even sit here and discredit these women that are just speaking their mind? They're just trying to figure things out for themselves about who you really are, and you're going to call them names? Bald headed. Oh, I was upset when he said that about Pam. And then on what day was that? Thursday, talking about Tasha K. I said, oh my God, like every time you turn around, he got all this smoke for all these women. I'm like, sir, do you want to be one? Because only men only either abusive, narcissistic men, I don't say that word, but men that do that have smoke for women. They don't have the same smoke for men. I
Yeah.
guarantee you, he talking about Pam, but he won't sit up and talk about you like that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well,
he has to smoke for men for women.
if he
Sure,
do, I think one thing he
sure.
do know, I'm gonna get up here and drag the hell out of you.
And
And
should.
I'm just saying, and you already, that man already know. I'm gonna do a live about you. I'm gonna do a live about you, and I'm showing up. I'm showing up, showing up, showing enough. Gonna screen record them Instagram lives, okay? I gotta get the tea.
I mean, I've seen him have smoke for some men, but it's like the men, like he would just come after, oh, I'm gonna sue him. For
Yeah,
he would come and try to sue you, but he tries to degrade women. You get what I'm saying? Oh,
yeah, yeah. He
I'm gonna
talk
take him to
about
the
women.
cleaner.
Yep,
But
he
he has
definitely
a
talk
he has
about
a
women.
strong disdain for women. A strong
Oh
disdain
yeah,
for
yeah,
women.
yeah. That is true. So Pam did go to New York.
Uh-huh.
This was right after, I don't know if you saw, but he tried this is my honest opinion, right? Gloria Guy had like a court date, and Pam, the great woman that she is, let them
Mm-hmm.
know about that particular court date.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the bishop didn't want Gloria God to know about that court date. And so it gagged him to
Mm-hmm.
see her, to see Gloria God come to that specific court date. Actually said that he was
Mm-hmm.
gagged when they showed up. And I think ever since then that put the cherry on top, right? Because I'm sure he's been watching Pam, and it's just been building up. And I really think that that's what put the cherry on top with this particular situation.
So
But
hold on, but he been online talking about Pam like a dog, but then he said something because look, I'm the type of person I'd be like, you got something to say, Bishop? Keep that same energy that you
well,
doing in
this
your
is the
live in your
thing.
car,
Pam has invited that man to come on her platform several times.
and he's declined.
He ain't. I don't know if he's declined or if he just didn't respond. I don't know what it is. But then you get on your live to talk about her husband. But
Child.
then when her
What?
husband see you and you see Pam, you don't got no smoke.
Hold on. He was talking about Pam and her husband, and then they pull up, and he ain't got nothing to say.
Let me tell you something.
Child, the
Pam's
ghetto.
husband got on camera to address Whitehead and
Mm-hmm.
let him know. Listen, let's go, bro to bro, man to
Mm-hmm.
man. Let's
Mm-hmm.
have dinner and let's talk.
Right.
Let's handle it that way. We're not finna get on live and be down in each other or whatever the case may be. That's not Dev's personality. So he like, come on, bro. Let's meet, let's sit down, let's talk, let's do that. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
but was gagged when he saw these people in real life. He was gagged.
And I want to say a word so bad I can't say it on the live, but he was acting like a little kitty cat when he saw him in public. I bet you. Okay. I'm just saying because he strikes me as the type of person that he wants to sit on the camera and talk his
Oh, that
stuff.
hurt my head. That laugh
But
hurt
when
my
he,
head.
I want to say something else. Okay, but I'm trying to be
Oh.
respectful over here. Okay, well, I know this is a saved platform, but he is the bishop just needs to cut it out. If you have smoke for me on the camera, when I see you, let's have a conversation, Bishop. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you just didn't say nothing?
But that's why I
Child
said
bye.
for a person that you thought was really rocking with you when it come to Tasha K, all you gonna say, you're a bum, you're a bum, you're a bum, you're a bum, you're a bum.
But was smiling while he was saying it. He enjoyed the attention. If y'all watch when I know you got the clip, when you watch his face when he was calling her a bum and she said, "Where's your B?" Where and she kept saying it. I think it was the third time, and he started smiling. And then she said, "Oh, that's right. She's back with her father, the one that has the money because you're broke." And then after that, that's when he took her off the live.
When he
He
took off the
enjoys
line,
the
he didn't
attention.
want Tasha K to say nothing else.
Yeah.
Because he felt like Tasha K was gonna really say some things, and he hurried up and got her off there live. He again, he does definitely enjoy the attention. He does. That's why he do it. Because
Yeah.
why in the world do you need to always address somebody and you got an indictment floating over your head? I want you to get somewhere, sit down, shut up, and be quiet. That's really what I want you to
Sure.
do, and I'm sure that's what your attorneys want you to do too.
I think he thinks if he does that, then we've won, or whoever's been covering him, you and Pam and Tasha, whoever else, y'all have won, right? But it's really a situation where you might just want to lay low. Like, it's okay for you to just not say anything. You don't have to respond to everything. Like,
But you a public figure, so I'm gonna keep talking about you, public figure. That what you said. You said you was a celebrity bishop, so I'm gonna talk about you like you're a celebrity bishop.
he too
Celebrity.
much of a kitty cat to be talking about he's somebody public figure because he's trying to file quote unquote lawsuits to people allegedly who are just speaking their piece.
Exactly.
They're not no I have heard no one threaten him. Now, granted, I have not really followed him as closely as you and Pam, but I've never heard you all on the lives that I've been on threaten this man. I've never
Nah,
heard it.
he just don't like for you to tell the truth. That's it.
Yeah, yeah,
He, he,
yeah. He
he
likes to live
just
in fantasy land.
Because how is it that if Pam get up read these documents on actual court documents, and then you sit up and
Hmm.
say that Pam is lying?
Yeah.
What's she lying about? And so you mean to tell me you the only one with your specific documents, bruh? If you don't get out of here, like when he
Sure.
tried to do I think it was the day after, it was either the day of the day after, is when he went live on Instagram and was trying to show all these checks about the glory of God. And he was like, Y'all believe anything Pound say? She got over that line, and I got the real court documents right here. So you mean to tell me you the only one that got access to the real court documents? Man, if you don't get out of my face with that, I was like, Chaba. He needs to
Why
be
is he?
quiet, but he can't help himself. He
When's the
can't.
last time y'all ever heard Beyonce address anything that people have said in the public about what's
Listen,
going on? I'm like, people talk about Beyonce every day of their life, and she responds to absolutely nothing. That's how we know that his page is paid for. That's how we know that
absolutely
your page is paid for, because you're so involved, you're so mad, you're so triggered, and every little thing bothers you. And it shouldn't. You can I've listen, I've been in these YouTube streets, in the bushes and not the bushes, for a long time. And I've seen how a lot of people move, especially when it comes down to when things are going on in the court, right? You cannot respond to everything. And I
right.
know it bothers them that they can't, but they don't, right? It's a way that you have to conduct yourself, right? And so that just goes to show me, you're not, you said you want everyone to like you. And that's okay. That's your right. But guess what? A lot of people don't. The people that like you are women that want to be with you. That's it. And you're, what is it, 5 or 6 church members? Shabbat. Ain't nobody checking for the bishop.
5 or 6
Ain't nobody
church
checking for
members
him.
in. And I don't know if he got the 5 or 6 church members because he only had 5 or 6 when his wife was participating in the ministry. So,
I can't.
you know,
I'm not.
you know. Patrice, this has been fun. We definitely
Oh,
gonna have to do it again for sure because but
yeah.
I'm actually I'll talk to you behind the scenes about this,
Yes,
but I'm getting
please.
ready to come up with another show idea
Okay.
that I'm gonna do here on YouTube, and I guarantee you definitely gonna want to be a part of it. Uh and all I can say is church the old time way.
You said church what?
The old time way.
Okay, come on, old time way.
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about. I like old time church.
That's when
My
church
God.
was good. That's when church was good.
I
Okay.
will
When
listen. You will hear me holler quick fast. All right. I love
when
old
you
time
feel
church.
it.
I might cuss a little bit and drink a little cocktail, honey, but that's, you know what I mean? I love church. I love God. I love church. So, and I love God's people. And I think that's the biggest piece. And so, but thank you, for extending this invitation to me to come on. I've been watching you for some time. I love what you're doing. And, you have some amazing subscribers that follow you, and you're just doing the daggone thing. Listen, you be on here. I can't do what y'all do. All right. I can't, I can go live maybe twice a week. That's all you get out of me. Okay. I'm tired, but I got stuff
Listen,
to do. I know you're busy too,
right.
but I can't do it all the time. I take my hat off to the creators that are diligent, and you are definitely one of those people. I see your
I be
work. You're doing great
trying.
work.
I be trying. Thank you. I appreciate that because honestly, like oh, I have so much going on behind the scenes that's getting ready to come up. And summer months are really busy months for a lot of people. Kids are out
Mm-hmm.
of school. You may have a child going to work, you gotta take them to work, pick them up, all that kind of
Right.
stuff. So summertime gets busy for a lot of people. So I'm gonna have a lot of different things coming out this summer so that people can just listen while they on their way to work or while they doing this, while they doing that, just bringing content. I be I be on it because there's so much that I be wanting to talk about. I be like, okay, I gotta go live about this. I got to go live about this. I got to go
Right.
live about this because I need to know what the people got to say. But also
Listen.
too, I
Uh,
love people, and I think me because I'm such a people person, and I honestly want to see everybody succeed. I want to see
yeah.
everybody grow. I want to see everybody make it. That I just be trying to make people kiki and kaka every day. Be
Well,
trying to give them
listen,
some entertainment.
I'm gonna tell you from the backstage portion. Like when I logged on, I was highly impressed. I said, "Oh my, this is state of the art over here, honey." Okay, Chef Don Don does not play.
Listen,
I'm like, hold on, am I going on BET or somewhere, child? Like super professional. Okay, the graphics are always on point. Child. I ain't got it in me. Okay, I don't. But you just killed the game, and you make people want to click on your videos. You know what I'm saying? But the
thank
backstage off from the behind the scenes, oh Chef Don Don got it going on. We got to give people their flowers while they
thank
here. Okay, you're doing a great job.
I appreciate it. I really do. Uh I'm a part of a production class. If you have not checked it out, because I was listening to you the other day when I heard that you said that sometimes you like to watch Vanderpump Rules, with all the
Oh, girl.
mess and stuff going
What?
on over there.
Shit.
You know what I'm
That's my
saying?
stuff. I got Bravo is my guilty pleasure, honey. Bravo, baby. I'm all in the Scandival and Below Deck. Every Below Deck, not every Real Housewife no more, but I love Bravo. That's my
Well,
guilty pleasure.
I want to challenge you with someone. You got some free time.
Uh-huh.
In February, I did we did. I'm not gonna say we. There was a team of us that did a reality TV star award show, and
Okay.
it was a virtual award show. And I promise, when you go look at it, it was produced by myself,
Okay.
executive produced by a team. But you have to go check it out. I promise you'll love it.
Please send it
um
to
it's
me.
about an hour long, hour and 15 minutes or something like that. But yeah, we did it on February the 27th. Really dope outcome. And just know, y'all, we do have some more stuff coming up in regards to the award show, because we're coming up on our second our second year. And I'm excited about it because this year is gonna be absolutely amazing. So y'all stay tuned, stay tuned. But
Well,
yes, I think you should check it out.
I have one question. I know we gotta go. But have you been following the Scandival?
So I started watching the scandal of the scandal
Oh,
all of it all, but I haven't
mm,
been keeping up with it. But I did watch like the sneak peeks of the reunion, and I watched
oh,
the unedited version where Andy had to get up out of his seat and hold
baby.
people back. I did see all of that mess though.
Honey, I love Vanderpump. I like a lot of shows on Bravo, and I actually stopped watching it. But when I heard about this situation, I said, "Oh, I got to log back in, honey." And let me tell you, it is piping hot. Just start on episode, I think it's 12 or something. Jay. You even got to watch the whole daggone season because I didn't. But the Scandival, ooh, that thing, the tea. Listen, the cocktail is strong and the tea is hot. All right, and I
Okay.
sit around with my little popcorn or whatever I'm eating. Put my makeup on and watch it and rewind it. I'm in here kicking up by myself because I just love, I love that kind of the drama and the suspense and what happened next, and so definitely check that out. I love it. I love Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah,
Love
I'm
it.
gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna definitely have to check it out. But yeah, you
Ooh,
check out the award show.
I
I think
will.
we had included some Shaws of Sunset, some
Oh,
Vanderpump people, Real Housewives,
yes.
Love and Hip Hop. Currently I'm not watching the show, but at the time I was watching the show, Love and Marriage Huntsville,
Okay.
and all of those shows were included. So definitely go check out the awards and let me know what you think about it. I'm gonna send you the link to that one as
Please
well so that
do.
you can check it out. Thank you, Veronica. We appreciate it. Oh, Zach, for you, what's up, man? He said, I have to admit, I love Below Deck. Child,
Oh my
Below Deck
God.
actually
They
get
have a
views,
below
though.
they have a below deck adventure now. Baby, I'm done. This a commenter. She said, "I want to know what you would do if Bishop grabbed me by my neck. I would have whooped his tail in the sanctuary. I would have. I listen. I would have been on the 9 o'clock news or whatever news time they have in New York. But yeah, they have a below. They have the regular below deck, and then they have below deck sailing yacht, below deck. What's the other one? Adventure. Just a lot of them now. Like the spinoffs are crazy with below deck, and I like when they do like the little. I'm going too deep, but the little crew nights out when they get real
Mhm.
drunk and they get in the hot tub and this and then they be meeting each other in the main cabins.
Oh, child. Have you seen the new Summer House? I have to say, I can't.
Yes.
I love the show, but I can't find myself to recap it. But I
Really,
love the
Martha's
show.
Vineyard.
Yes, I love the show. The
I
show
do.
is
I like
it's
this show. I
giving.
really do. I'm happy to see that we're represented on TV on Bravo, and I just hope that this does not die out like Southern Charm. I think they did it in
New Orleans.
Louisiana. One,
New
yeah.
Orleans,
I was
yes,
really
yes,
upset that they
yes.
didn't bring that back. So yeah, I have been watching Martha's Vineyard, and I pretty much watch. I haven't watched Dancing Queens. I can't bring myself to watch a whole bunch of older women dancing and I can't. Just leave me alone with
Yeah.
that.
Somebody sent me the
Um,
trailer to this and they was like, "Are you gonna cover this?" And I was like, "Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
no,
Absolutely
no,
not."
yeah,
Okay.
no,
No,
no. We're
not
not
for
doing
me.
dancing queens, baby.
Mm-mm,
No,
mm-mm.
that's when all else is lost and you have nothing else to watch. Then you're
Okay,
gonna put
period.
that on. But no, I'm not watching that. And I haven't really followed Huntsville as closely as I did after season, I think it's season 2. I don't even know what season they're on right now.
They on
Yeah.
season 6, but that
Oh
show,
God.
I'm gonna set that show to the back burner. But one show that I feel like you should get into if you have
Hmm.
time is Bell Collective.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew it.
Yeah.
Really?
Bell Collective, in my opinion, and it's probably because I'm just kind of played out of like Huntsville, but
Hmm.
Bell Collective, I feel like can be honestly one of Carlos's probably top show if he promoted it and talked about it like he do all the other ones. You know what I'm saying? That's just
Oh.
keeping it real. I
Hmm.
I I really like the ladies on there. I like what they're giving. And they're from Jackson, Mississippi.
Oh wow.
And yes, you have to check it out. Bell Collective is actually really good. I will be covering Bell Collective, but I like Bell Collective. I do
Is
like
that
Bell.
on cable? Because I don't have cable. I don't give
Well,
the man.
it's on the own network, but it come on the apps and stuff like I think Discovery Plus just merged with HBO Max and that's called Max, but also
Okay.
on the Philo TV and all them kind of stuff. That if it has like the own network channel or whatever, you can watch it. You can actually watch
Okay.
it on YouTube too for free.
Yeah, I normally do, but they have to break up the show so much, and it just looks jaded. I like to see
Yeah,
a clean edit of it.
yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Now sometimes you are lucky enough to find one that is edited, but you honestly have to look 30 minutes after the show comes on, and they'll
Hmm.
have like clean edited version. And for whatever reason, they upload. I think they upload those to keep on off their necks and stuff. I don't know. I don't know why
Hmm.
they do that. But
Yeah.
yes, so make sure you get into it. But honestly, again, I appreciate you for coming over. I know you gotta get with your good girlfriends, and I
Yeah, it's
got to go
time for
make my
brunch,
good old
child.
jerk wings. I'm gonna go make me some
Ooh,
jerk wings and some green beans and some potatoes, some scallop potatoes. So you know.
ooh, you about to cook it up.
Well, listen, I don't know what it feels like to honestly just sit down and enjoy a meal or enjoy something else. And so everyone else is going out to eat, I believe. And so I feel like I just want to stay home and I'm a homebody.
Yeah.
But I feel like I just
Okay.
want to stay home, cook my little meal, wait till my housewives come home tonight, okay, and just call it, just call it a chill Sunday because I have a video to edit, and editing takes forever. And yeah, so that's what I want to do today.
Well, that's wonderful. Take some time out for yourself, child. Get you some rest.
Yes, that's in order too, because I do have a headache and I know it's lack of sleep probably. But yeah.
Oh yeah, get you some rest.
Yes. Well, again, thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much. Y'all make
you.
sure y'all go subscribe to Cocktail with Catrice, especially Cocktail Hour with Catrice. I'm sorry. Just so that you guys can make sure you keep up with all of the latest stories, all of the trending topics down at the church, and also um, check out Cocktail with Catrice video uh, uh, about Jamila Green, the one that said she's from Brooklyn with two O's, and she will.
Oh, to be
Yeah,
to be look good.
Oh, good and good and good.
She said she
So
gonna.
check
I'm
out
gonna whoop her. I said, "Oh Jesus, what the
because she from
teacher?"
Brooklyn with two O's. I just want y'all people from Brooklyn to know y'all can get y'all tail beat anywhere y'all go. I don't know why y'all
Children.
say that. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn. Okay, I'm from Texas. I'm from Texas. What's T? What's
Right,
what's 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 T? I mean, you can still get your book whooped in Brooklyn, wherever you at.
right. And when I pull up, keep that same energy. You from Brooklyn, right?
Keep
Let's
it.
go.
Keep it
Keep
from
that
Brooklyn with
same
two
energy.
O's. Keep that same
Shabba.
energy. But no,
Sure.
again, I really do appreciate you for coming on
Thank
over,
you.
and we'll be doing this again soon for sure.
Yeah, hit me up for sure. Take care,
I
everybody.
will. And you have a good time with your girlfriends. All
Thank you. Talk to y'all later.
right. All right. Bye bye. All right, y'all. Listen, I appreciate y'all for being respectful. Okay. And just appreciating this live. This was a great conversation, I think, for us to really open our eyes to a lot of things that are going on right now. Um, and we're gonna have a part three because we do want to get. I want to get back into the Michelle Loud video, and but I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with y'all. I was supposed to review Bell Collective today, but I can't promise I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna move it to tomorrow. Um, so I got a lot of work to do today, y'all. I really do. I really do. Um, and I think tomorrow will be perfect because it's a holiday. I don't really have anything planned. I'm not barbecuing, I'm not doing any of that. I will be eating leftovers tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll go ahead and cover um Bell Collective as well as Real Housewives of Atlanta. And um okay, this is what I do want to say here really quickly about Summer House Martha's Vineyard. Okay, y'all, I like the show, but I can't bring myself to do like a review. I feel like I can't weekly recap the show if it makes sense. So what I'm gonna do is once the season either goes off or maybe once we're like 5 episodes in, then I'm gonna do a review because I think they get, if I'm not mistaken, I think they get 11 episodes, but I don't know if they're getting a reunion or not. But whatever the case may be, I think I'm gonna have to break it up like that because I feel like going live about um one little thing ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So great conversation. Thank you. Thank you, CJ. We appreciate that. Everyone knows Brooklyn with 1-0 gets the beat down. Ciao. Well, mm, I guess. I guess that's fine because I haven't watched it yet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait because like I said, I'm gonna spend today catching up on some things. I'm from Brooklyn, but I also know it's not always where you from, but where you at. You better see now that's it right there. You better know it. You better know it because I'm just keeping it all the way up. But where I'm from, listen, you gonna win some and you gonna lose some, but it matters if you gonna get out there and do what you've been saying you gonna do. That's what it is right there. You know what I'm saying? Get out there and do what you said you were gonna do. You said you were gonna whoop my, so let's do it. Okay, let's do it. And make sure you better make sure you beat me down. Okay. Um, yes, thank you to Cocktail Hour with Catrice. We really honestly really appreciate you for coming over again. Like I said, she said she gave us a lot of information in regards to this. So let's keep up with it. If you guys are not following Michelle, I think Catrice said that she's more active on Facebook. That's where she does her live streams and stuff. So go check out Michelle Loud on Facebook and also on Instagram. Okay, because I know some of us are Instagram friendly, but then maybe not Facebook friendly. So okay. All right, y'all. I really do love you all. I appreciate it. Happy Sunday fun day. Again, I hope that you guys are being safe this weekend with with the holiday coming up. I don't want anybody out doing anything that we shouldn't be doing. And like this holiday weekend, along with graduation weekend, we want to make sure everybody is safe. Congratulations to all of the graduates, whether high school, whether junior high, whether college, whatever it may be. Congratulations to everyone. Congratulations. Yeah, yeah, I don't even know why I'm reading this. Yeah, Chef Down my Black Nubian King. I got to go. Yeah, I can't. Well, I can't. I can't with too feisty. Listen, okay, let me check. I was checking to see if I missed some love. We good, we good. I just want to acknowledge anybody who sends any love or anything of that sort. So I'm just making sure I check before I get off of here. Okay, we good. I just want to make sure we don't miss nobody. Again, if you guys blessed, Catrice, thank you so much for that. Well, wait a minute. Okay, yes, if you blessed Catrice, thank you guys so much. Again, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, share this video out with people you know that needs to hear this story. And with that being said, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. And I hope y'all like my little music because y'all about to hear it on y'all way out of here. I bye y'all.